If the events of that day didn't take place, I wouldn't be the person that I am. It's the gift and the curse. A lot was taken away on that day, but a lot has been given to me at that intersection too.
Tony Elliott's mom, Patricia, was a church-going woman whose life was often a portrait of hardship.
She worked hard. She loved me and my little sister. She put up with a lot from my dad for a while, and then I was proud of the fact that she was able to get herself out of that situation.
Patricia had escaped an abusive first marriage and endured homelessness in Los Angeles with her 2 young children, Tony and Brandy.
It was just us in a shopping cart, kind of, working our way around.
They were literally living on the streets, and that's when we actually had them come back with us to our ministry. It was a brand new start for them.
Patricia eventually remarried, and on June 11, 1989, she loaded her family into their Volkswagen van for the drive to church on Sycamore Street.
I remember, as we approached that intersection, my mom just yells out, and then bang, there's a crash. The car's tumbling, comes to rest upside down. My mom's laying on the ground, halfway ejected out of the passenger window. There's blood everywhere. She's lifeless. My stepdad yells to me to go get help. So I run through the park, and I end up finding the people at the church.
All of a sudden, I see Tony running like hysterical. All he kept saying was, "My mom's in the street, my mom's in the street."
Patricia died that morning at a local hospital. She was 35. Her 9-year-old son, Tony, was suddenly at a crossroads of his own.
There were times where there was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability. I don't know how I did it. Just somehow I got up every day and just tried to be the best that I could.
With their biological dad in and out of prison, Tony and Brandy lived with relatives. Tony became a high school star in Charleston, South Carolina, and earned a football scholarship at Clemson. His wide receivers coach as a senior in 2003 was a newcomer named Dabo Sweeney.
He wrote me a note after the season, and it was amazing.
Basically just telling him that, the reason that the players play so hard for him is because he loves them. He's a great leader of men because he cares about the individual.
The two remained close, and at a 2010 coaches convention in Los Angeles, Elliott, by then an assistant at Furman, asked the now Clemson head coach to take a car ride with him.
Next thing you know, he stops the car, and he said, "Right there, that's where my mom died, in my arms, right there." And it just kind of took my breath away. I looked up, and the road was Sycamore. I just kind of filed that away, and I was so moved that he wanted me to be there for that and see that.
A year later, Sweeney invited Elliott and his wife Tamika to dinner at his home.
He said, "What do you think about being my running back coach?" I was like, "You serious?" And I just kind of broke down at that moment.
I was able to tell him, "Tony, you know where I live. You know what my address is? I live on Sycamore Drive." And I said, "I wanted to hire you here. What was a terrible moment in your life on Sycamore is now one of the greatest moments on your life on Sycamore."
Never did I think that at the age of 9, the last time I was seeing my mom on Sycamore Street, would I get an opportunity, to fulfill a dream on Sycamore Street.
Set, go. Good, good. There it is. I like it, I like it, I like it. Come on, Brad, come on, let's go.
Elliott has done more than fulfill a dream, he's surpassed it. The co-offensive coordinator is now considered one of college football's best assistant coaches.
Runs it in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. A 1-2 punch for the Tigers.
But the intersection of gift and curse will never fade for Elliott. It is in his heart and in his memories.
A lot of times you smile to keep from crying, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm at peace with it, man. I really am. And I know she's happy.